welcome back, everyone, to the WVU and PSU Online Dynasty. It is week 1. As you can see, it is Marshall week for me. The biggest story from last week was number 18 Iowa State crushed number 14 Kansas State 38-14. That is a mollywhopping if I have ever seen one. Other notable scores from last week: number 24 Louisville took care of business with Bowling Green 42-14. Number 23 Oklahoma took care of Kent State 52-3. And in a nail biter, Wyoming upset San Diego State 24-20. Those are some notable games from last week. And since it was just week 0 last week, the top 25 probably hasn't changed yet. That usually changes after every team plays. So let's just jump ahead and go play Marshall.
It's time for some week 1 college football action as Marshall takes on West Virginia. And things start off bad for West Virginia on the second play of the game. Jaheim White fumbles the ball. Jadarius Green McKnight scoops it up and runs it in for an early Marshall touchdown. On the Mountaineers' ensuing drive, Nico Marchio would find Jaheim White for a 46-yard touchdown. Later in the first quarter, Marshall quarterback Zion Turner will get sacked, and the ball will get recovered by Jamori Robinson for the touchdown. We jump to the third quarter. Fullback Colin McGee runs up the gut for a 1-yard touchdown. Later in the third, West Virginia up 49-7. Nico Marchio throws an interception to Marvell Myers-Glover for a pick 6. We jump to the fourth quarter. Marchio tosses it to Jaheim White, who takes it left 43 yards for a West Virginia touchdown. West Virginia would go on to put the hurting on Marshall 63-14.
Well, welcome back. As you just saw, West Virginia just trounced Marshall 63-14 in a statement rivalry game. Now what we're going to do is Mike is with us, and we're going to have him talk about his Penn State game. So Mike, welcome back, and what would you like to say about your game against Tennessee?
Well, I mean, I will say this. Number one about this game, kudos to EA for tightening this game up. Because you go play 2025. 2025 seemed like it was a very free movement type of game. It was very, like, movement was almost like slide type of movement. They tightened up a lot of the movement in this game. They made this game a little more realistic when the movement came. So, great job by EA on tightening things up. I gotta say that. But I mean, yeah, I watched your game on stream. I mean, you whooped it on Marshall.
Yeah, I don't know if they really tightened it up or not, but
I mean, I think they did. I mean, the first half against Tennessee was I was down 16-7 at halftime.
I see that.
This was not You got to remember, too, I'm playing a ranked team. I'm not playing an unranked team. I'm not playing a team that would be an easy feat. This is number 22 Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I expect this game to be a fight, a game to be a game. It's, but to be down 16-7 at halftime, I mean, right before the half, there was a point where I was getting ready to score, and I threw an interception right down at the goal line. So it should have been 16-14 at the half, opposed to 16-7. And then I get into the third quarter. At the end of the third quarter, no one scored. My defense was starting to pick things up. And I was like, okay, I have a scheme for defense now. Now I know what plays I can run against these guys. I know who they're trying to pass to. They're a very run-heavy team, so I knew to really box up the middle of the field. So by the fourth quarter, I was like, I got things figured out on defense. Now it's time to get the ball moving on offense. What did I do at the end of the second quarter before I turned over? I remembered. I was like, okay, this is how I'm going to move the ball. And come fourth quarter, scoring the 16 points that I did, that it was a lot easier to move the ball downfield in the fourth quarter after I figured everything out. And Drew Aller turned the ball over twice. It's okay. It's week one. It had to figure things out. 353 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, only got sacked twice. Kudos to my offensive line for holding things down. I had a little bit of trouble sitting in the pocket in the first half, but then the second half, when I really started figuring things out, that's when I knew my timing with him, and now it's all about figuring out the run game. Because, Katron Allen, who was supposed to be my third down guy, became my main running back, and I wasn't a fan of that. Wasn't. Where Nick Singleton, 10 carries on 1 yard, rough for him. Devontae Rosso, he became a clutch guy for me. 10 catches, 196 yards, got all 3 of my touchdowns. Only dropped 2 passes, which, they were drops. It happens. As far as defense, I had a couple sacks. I had, I believe, 9 sacks in this game.
I had a real high sack game too. I had 8 or 9. That's crazy.
Yeah, 2.5, 2. That's 4.5, 5, 6, 7. I had 8 sacks. So 8 sacks, which was good. A couple interceptions. One by A.J. Harris, who I have a feeling, and I said it at the beginning. I said I think he's going to be one guy that's going to be a focus on this defense. He's going to be an interception leader, and he's already starting in this game. So overall, kudos to EA for tightening this game up. Tennessee, I was playing a ranked team. Did not expect to win big the way you did, but now I got things figured out. This season should be a fun one in the future.
Cool. Yeah, man. I mean, yours looked like real tough game. You came back in the end when it mattered. We're gonna take a look at my player stats real quick. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought my team might have been in for it because on my first possession on the second play, White fumbled, which led to a touchdown, and they were up 7-0, and well, that's about the only thing they did. But as you can see, I mean, Nico had a decent game, 222 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked 3 times. Rushing, Jaheim White has made his case for the Heisman. 17 carries, 124 yards, and a touchdown. He did have that fumble, but then in receiving, 8 catches, 112 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So he had 236 all-purpose yards and 5 touchdowns. He was my go-to once I realized that they weren't going to cover him. Everybody else, I was just basically feeling out, getting a feel for him. Defense, 3 sacks by Eddie Kelly Jr. That's 3, 5.5, 7.5, 8, 9 sacks total. 2.5 by Chris Jones Jr., 1 interception by Tarnu. So my defense did pretty good too. So that should be it for week 1. Do you have anything else you want to add, Mike?
I'm just excited to get rolling with this season. That's all. It's Tennessee game. I wouldn't call this a wake-up call because of having to feel this game out and get used to it for the first time. So I'm just excited to move forward.
Excellent. So
I'm ready to see what the standings look like.
yeah, next week, West Virginia will be going to Ohio, and
I'm home against UMC.
yep, UNC will be coming to Penn State. So those should be that should be one at least very interesting matchup. I have a feeling the Ohio one is going to be like the Marshall game. So with that said, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Mike, for being on here again.
Yes, sir.
And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that follow button on Twitch if you catch this on Twitch, so you don't miss a single drop or stream. We will see you again next week for week 2. Goodbye, everybody.